Hello, and welcome to the first episode of Lowbrow Fancy, where I'll be making a batch of giant cookies inspired by one of my favorite Christmas movies. And yes, they include all of the 4 elf food groups.
Candy, candy canes, candy corns, and syrup.
So let's put our stretchy pants on, preheat our ovens to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius, and get started. First, we'll take 4 chocolate fudge Pop-Tarts and chop them into pieces about ½ an inch big. Make sure to spill a few on your counter for good luck, before putting them in the freezer for at least an hour or two to harden so they don't crumble apart later when they're mixed into the dough. Now, grab your mediumest bowl and to it add 290 grams or 2 1/3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and a ½ teaspoon of kosher salt. Give those a thorough whisking to combine and set aside. Next, in the bowl of a stand mixer, add 115 grams or 1 stick of unsalted butter that you definitely remember to take out of the fridge a few hours ago so it would come up to room temperature, followed by 200 grams or 1 packed cup of dark brown sugar. Fit the paddle attachment and cream on medium-high speed until fluffy, about 2 to 3 minutes. Seriously, set a timer. Nobody ever creams their butter long enough. Remember to scrape your bowl and paddle partway through to ensure everything is nice and homogeneous. If you don't have a stand mixer, you can make these cookies with a hand mixer, but the creaming process may take you a couple minutes longer. Now, to your mixer bowl, add 1 large room temperature egg, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and the first elf food group to make an appearance in our cookies. 105 grams or 1/3 cup of the mapliest syrup you can find.
There's sugar and syrup?
Yes.
Then yes!
Mix on medium-high speed until very fluffy and several shades lighter in color. This will take 5 to 7 minutes, so you should set a timer again or you'll likely stop mixing before reaching the ideal texture. Your dough at this stage isn't done until it looks like this. Pour in your dry ingredients. Pulse the mixer a few times to start incorporating the flour so you don't end up wearing half of it. Then on the very lowest speed, mix until the flour is just combined, no longer than 20 seconds. Overmixing at this stage will develop too much gluten in the flour and result in tough cookies. Give the bowl a good scrape before adding some M&Ms from the candy food group and the frozen chopped Pop-Tarts into the bowl. Mix on low speed until just combined, no more than 10 seconds. Use a rubber spatula to gently fold through the dough a few times to ensure the mix-ins are evenly distributed without developing more gluten in the flour. Take a large cookie scoop or 1/3 cup measuring cup to form a ball of dough. Use your thumb to make an indentation in the dough into which you'll press a couple mini marshmallows. Well, maybe a couple more. Let's add a couple more. Okay, perfect. Come on, get out of this scoop. A few more taps ought to do it. There we go. Close the dough around the marshmallows and roll it in your hands until the ball is seamless. This dough is sticky, so you may need to wash your hands after each dough ball. Take a baking sheet and line it with parchment or a silicone baking mat. As these cookies are so large, I recommend placing only 2 cookies per baking sheet so they don't spread into each other. Pop the sheet into the oven and bake for 14 to 16 minutes until spread, puffed, and beginning to darken slightly around the edges. Immediately after pulling the cookies out of the oven, we'll press some chopped candy cane chunks and yes, candy corns into the tops of our cookies. Allow the cookies to cool for at least 10 minutes on the baking sheet before transferring to a wire rack to complete cooling.
You did it!
Even though this recipe was inspired by a joke from a movie, I think these cookies are actually delicious. The maple syrup makes them super chewy, while the dark brown sugar adds a slight bitter complexity that prevents it from being too sweet. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and if you give this recipe a try, let me know how it turned out in the comment section below.